2021's animated film Batman: Soul of the Dragon is a pretty epic movie. But one could argue that Batman wasn't really needed in that movie at all. When the trailer first dropped about 2 years ago, it came with mixed reception. Some people loved the 70s vibe, while others questioned why. It's one of those what if Batman existed in this era movies like Batman Ninja or Gotham by Gaslight. I can't believe there's actually a subgenre of Batman movies like that. Nothing sells like The Dark Knight though. Soul of the Dragon is essentially another origin story. It shows Bruce Wayne's early years as he trained himself to be the crime-fighting vigilante we know and love. Batman himself has maybe 15 minutes of screen time this entire movie. The movie mostly focuses on Bruce Wayne. There's been plenty of different versions of his origin story. We've seen poor Martha and Thomas Wayne die as much as we've seen Uncle Ben die. In every variation, he ends up traveling the world to learn martial arts. This one is no different. Only now we get a closer look at the other students as well. Ben Turner, Richard Dragon, and Shiva being the main three that the story focuses on. A big part of this adaptation of Batman's training happened at a place called Nanda Parbat, under the tutelage of an elder called O Sensei. The opening scene feels like it's ripped right out of a James Bond movie. It shows us how capable of a fighter Richard Dragon is as he discovers the leader of a dangerous snake cult has gained possession of the Gate, a mysterious artifact that the audience is left guessing at what can do until later on in the movie. Learning this news, Richard tracks down Bruce and the rest of the training group to hunt down the evil Jeffrey Burr to stop him from opening the gate. Now is probably a good time to mention the fighting animations. While the character development takes a back seat, the kung fu is what drives this movie. Batman movies always seem to have some pretty epic fight scenes, but the style and unique animation is what sets Soul of the Dragon apart from the rest. It has a mature feel to it despite the more juvenile animation. I feel like with a bigger budget, the animation could have looked a lot better. There are times where the movie just looks ugly, but all of the fighting scenes are beautiful, especially the ones with the badass lady Shiva. This video isn't an argument about what Batman movie has the best fighting animations though. This is a video about how I believe Batman wasn't needed in his own movie. Soul of the Dragon could have done just as good, if not better, as a movie without the addition of Batman. It feels like they wanted to make a 70s kung fu movie, but the only way they could have get the budget is if they made it camouflaged as a Batman movie. Usually, taking the main character out of a story is never a good idea. Could you imagine The Great Gatsby without Gatsby? This is a rare instance where taking the main character could actually improve the movie. His departure would have very little impact on the narrative itself. Without having to focus on things like dialogue on Bruce's new costume, they could use that time to develop the plot a little bit more or show some more of Ben Turner's story. The ending of this movie is really crazy. They all fight a demon possessing their old master's body, then Batman enters a demon dimension wielding a ninja sword before the screen goes to black. I don't know if that's like the end of that dimension's Batman or if they plan on a sequel later on, but it's pretty crazy of an ending. Despite some of its obvious flaws, I really enjoyed this movie. I just couldn't help to think that Batman wasn't really needed. His spot could have been easily filled by any other generic character. Have you seen Soul of the Dragon? Do you agree with me, or am I totally crazy for thinking this? Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you're new. I'll catch you on the next one. Laters on the Minjay.